Hello truckers, welcome back to American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. We are in Colby, Kansas, I believe that's the way it's pronounced. And we are going over to pick up a load. And we're headed to Fort Collins, Colorado first thing today. Am I just going here to Vistaprint? I think that's where we're going, not too sure. Let's roll into here. Is this where I need to be going? I'll find out in a second. I just picked a load because I need to get to Denver. That's where we're going, kind of. But I couldn't get one to Denver, so we're going past Denver. We're going to go to Fort Collins, and then hopefully I can get one from Fort Collins to Denver. It will make sense, hopefully, near the end. But let's go ahead and take this job. We're taking some 33,000 pounds of curtains to Home Depot because, you know, Home Depot needs curtains. Let's go get our trailer, which is sitting over there. So we made a little bit of cash overnight. Driver's doing the driver thing. See if I can back up nice and straight first thing today. Close enough. It was a little bit off, but not too much. Let's see, we're supposed to be getting there, well, 11:14 in the morning. That's pretty darn good. Hopefully we can get one from Fort Collins to Denver. If not, then of course we'll probably look for external contracts, but we got to get to Denver. Got to get to Denver today. Up on the curb, that's a good way to start. That guy's watching me. Let me guess, my rear axle's probably not sitting on the curb right. Alright. We can kind of fix this. I was trying to cut it just a little bit wide here, but don't want to be hitting the building. Alright, I got more room there than I thought I did. So Fort Collins first thing. Ooh, gotta get used to the brakes again. It's been about 10 days since my last recording. Sometimes I record a week in advance, and other days, like this one here, well, I'm recording it the day before, so it's been a while. I can barely see the stoplight up ahead. It's turning green, so let's get going. Gonna get right on the I-70. Probably take that all the way to Denver. And then take the I-25 north up to Fort Collins. Should be pretty simple. Unless we get a detour or anything like that. Take me a second to get up to speed and get the feel. Alright, so it's 6:20 in the morning. We're on the road. We got curtains. Headed to Fort Collins to Home Depot. Then, like I said, we're going to head to Denver one way or another because today we're buying a reefer trailer. That's right. Decided to buy the reefer trailer. Did a couple configurations and yeah, we're all set to go ahead and buy one. Meaning we got the money to do so. And a little bit of extra cash left over for some loan payments. And then we'll start taking some jobs with a reefer trailer. Now the good thing about a reefer trailer, unless they've changed it since I've last driven a reefer trailer, you can take dry food. I mean, you can take stuff that doesn't have to be refrigerated as well, but you know, it gives you a whole bunch of options. That's why those trailers are, well, they're really expensive because one, it's a reefer trailer for one. But yeah, you also can take dry stuff. But like I said, unless they changed it, but I don't think they have. And when we get done, that $160,000 that we have, we're probably going to have, I don't know, there's a couple configurations I can go with. I can save myself some cash, or I can make it look, I don't know, kind of like what I want. But then again, I'm trying to think, you know, why? Because, you know, after about 5 or 6 loads, I'll probably set it off to a garage somewhere and other drivers can take it. But we'll see when we go to configure it. So the reason why we have to go to Denver is because when you buy a trailer, you got to have it shipped to a garage. So the nearest garage is Denver. I I think we also have one in Alamoso, but I didn't see a load going there, so I just picked Denver because it was closest. I figured, okay, I can deliver to Fort Collins, then we should be able to get something going to Denver, I would think. Fingers crossed. Now, the advantages of having your own trailer, you're supposed to get paid a lot better for taking jobs because you're supplying the trailer. Now, there is a slight downfall to this in being anytime we take a load, it's like an hour for them to load the trailer, and then when you get somewhere, it takes them an hour to unload the trailer. So we can work a little bit longer because when they're loading and unloading a trailer, that's not quite considered driving time. So we'll have to do a little bit of adjusting on that. Something to get used to. See how it goes. See how long we take the reefer trailer. See how well the jobs are paying us. Now, we did have a trailer a while ago. It was a low boy. That trailer is in Denver, I do believe, as well. And it's always in use. So that's a good thing. So our drivers should be getting paid more. Now, the only problem with driving your own trailer is you are limited to what you can take for cargo. So it's not like if I pull in somewhere with a reefer trailer and say I'm pulling in an area that does nothing but construction and they all got stuff like excavators, backhoes, stuff like that, I may not have no cargo to take. So got to kind of keep that in mind a little bit. But usually if you deliver something with a reefer trailer or any type of trailer and you are delivering a load, that same place that you dropped off should be able to have something outgoing for you to take with the same trailer. But I will say in Colby, Kansas, where we just left this morning, there wasn't many choices. I had one page of cargo that was leaving this morning. So I guess I was kind of lucky that we got one relatively close to Denver. Alright, so we got a construction zone coming on up. And my lane is closed. Slow down to 55. 55-ish. And get going once again. I think also someone last week left a comment. They just barely got track IR, and they were kind of asking some questions of they can't. I guess there was. I'm trying to remember. I think they said they couldn't turn their head far enough. It is something you got to get used to. I remember the first time I had track IR, and it took me about maybe 2 or 3 loads before I started to understand how to twist your head to get track IR to work. Yeah, it's pretty simple if you're just barely moving your head left and right, but you want to look out the window and such. Yeah, I'm pretty sure by now, but by the time you saw this video, you got it figured out. Am I going to be pulling into the way station? No, I am not. What's that bus doing? I am not sure. I don't know why that bus did that. I guess they were trying to make sure I was on top of my game here. First thing on let's see, it's a Monday morning here in approaching Denver area. Now I do want to get back in that lane because we'll be coming up the I-25 here not too far out. There's another car coming up on the inside lane. I'm going to slow up and let them go. Come on, I'm slowing up so you can go. And now they're slowing up. Yeah, so fingers crossed Fort Collins has a load that's going right back on down to Denver, then we can drop it off. Of course, we just can't drive through Denver because if we're bringing a load, I got to swap trailers. That doesn't work. So either we find a load going to Denver with freight contract or external contracts, and if we can't find one going to Denver, then we'll just bobtail it on down. It's not that many miles. I'm trying to remember Denver to Fort Collins. I'm going to say it's like 40 miles, maybe 45, something like that. Another beautiful day here in Colorado. Not a cloud in the sky. The lane that we're in currently seems like we're speeding up and then everyone slows down and then speeds up and slows down. I think I saw a sign back there that Denver was like 40, probably another 40 miles out-ish. And I don't want to be passing people in Denver because I will be getting off here in I-25 very shortly. I think that might be the airport coming up on the left-hand side. Do have some construction we're coming up on, apparently, again. One and a half miles to I-25. Gotcha. Fort Collins, Colorado Springs. This will be our exit right here. Right lanes for the northbound, looks like the left lanes for the southbound. And the good news is a lot of traffic that we were following decided to stay on I-70 West. Whipped right up there, saw no traffic, so we are good. Speed limit's only 55 on the I-25 northbound, apparently. And then after we buy our trailer, depending on how much time we're going to have left, I assume, well, let's see, we're going to be to Fort Collins at 11, get back, let's say we get back to Denver by noon, buy ourselves a trailer, 1 hour to load it, I'll have 4 hours of drive time, but it all depends on what load we can get, and where we can go, and when's the expected delivery time to what we take, and where we're going to go. I really don't know where we're going to go. I'm not too sure. We'll just see what we got and what looks interesting, I guess. Got 44 miles to go to Fort Collins. At least to where we're going to Home Depot. So yeah, so for a few episodes, it's got to get used to the 1 hour. It's like, I think it's 1 hour for loading, 1 hour for unloading. just have to keep track of when they are loading, unloading, how long it does take them, so we can add it to our driving hours afterwards. So if it takes them an hour and a half, that means we can drive to 6:30 to load or unload, what have you. We shall see. Another way station, but I'm getting the bypass for this one as well. Getting treated very well by the state of Colorado today. Has 2 way stations that give me the green light. And this is our exit. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. Just saw arrows going across. Not quite yet. I love when you come off an off-ramp, how most of the time there is no traffic coming up around you. And it looks like we're turning at the first stoplight once we get in town here. We're not turning in there, apparently. Not that part of Home Depot. They want me to turn in down. Well, at least GPS is telling me to come down to this end. Wait for the pearly gates to open. Alright, let's see. Looks like we're parking on the other side of the building, though. Where are we going with it? Alright, right there. No problem. Well, now that I said no problem, it probably will give me some issues. I'll keep it an R3 for now. That seems to be doing fine. Ding! Like a glove. And we're here at 11 o'clock, which is good. Alright, nothing special here, so let's just get right on through that. Alright, let's go to job market here. And we'll do freight market first. And I'm just scrolling down, looking for Denver. Whatever says Denver. Like I said, whatever says Denver, the last one. Alright. Union Pacific, a double trailer, pelted animal food, 50,000 pounds of it. Alright, so we're only going to get paid $400, but you know what? At least we got ourselves a trailer to go grab. The good news is it's only 1 mile from here. So let's zip around and grab this trailer. And head back down the I-25. A quick right and a quick left. Check your mirrors. Or at least look around your mirrors. I didn't see where I was picking up the load, though. I know I'm going to Union Pacific in Denver, but I guess let's follow the GPS and see what the GPS is telling me where to go. Right here, it looks like. Oh, that's right. It was FedEx trailers, so I'm guessing it's the load we're looking right at. Don't shut the gate on my booty. Freight market. And, yep, we're taking that one right there. Right across from my headquarters. Ooh, that one slammed in really kind of hard there. That's because someone backed in a little bit too quick. We got it. Whoops. Parking brake would be good. Alright, we got ourselves a heavy load. Just gotta remember it's a double trailer that we're hauling. So it's actually saying it's 80 miles back to Denver. Okay. Farther than I thought it was. I thought it was like 45 miles. So we're expected to get there at 12:30. Little time to buy our trailer. So we might not be leaving until Denver until about 2 o'clock with our new reefer trailer and see where the rest of the day takes us. Just make sure we add on the whatever time it was for them to load the trailer. And then, yep, we'll go back to start saving up for expanding the fleet by upgrading a garage. And then, of course, saving up to buy a truck and hiring a driver, which we need about $225,000 to do. But the money is coming in faster and faster because everyone's leveling up, and we should get paid more with the reefer trailer. And then, of course, when we dump off the reefer trailer, whoever takes it will get paid more for the jobs they're doing as well. We gotta go back past that way station that we just came through on. But this time they want me to stop. They probably just saw my truck ID and like, wait a minute, he's got a different trailer. Why don't you swing in here, sir, and we'll have a quick look at what you're hauling. At first I thought I was going to keep the trailer a little bit of a secret of what we're doing, but my guess is I'm probably going to have it as a thumbnail anyways. But since I haven't made up my mind if that's going to be the thumbnail or not, I might as well keep it a secret for now, in case I didn't make it a thumbnail. Waiting for him to get on out there. Here we go with traffic backing up again. A lot of trucks in front of us and a bus. And everyone's going kind of at a slowish pace. Loveland is a nice little area. Whenever I stayed there, I stayed out on the western side of I-25 out towards there. Okay, there's a trucker getting in the extreme right lane. Okay. And the bus is now coming back over. All right. Since we're hauling 50, is it 50 or 55,000 pounds? 50,000, pretty close to 51. And we're not going to really accelerate too fast. Technically, we should be going downhill a little bit. Just 35 miles to go. I mean, it wasn't a long ride to begin with, but I was still expecting like another 50 or so. Yeah, we'll try to get around this trucker here so I can see what I'm doing. And what I'm doing is doing about 10 miles an hour to speed limit. Speed limit, that's what we're doing. And of course, yep, that's my exit coming up. Of course it is. So I'm just going to cut across a couple lanes here. Looks like I went the left lane though. Traffic and no traffic. Actually, stay right in this lane because we're taking the next exit. Ooh, are we going to be like right next to our garage too? Perfect. If I remember though, these are like one-way streets down here, so... Oh, that's... Oh, careful with that corner there, stupid. Wasn't expecting that sharp of a corner, but then again, I was going way too fast anyways. No passengers allowed in terminal. Okay. So if Cindy was with me, would that mean she would have to get out? I'll go in the middle one just because. You're going to go up. Thank you. Alright, I'm looking for my parking space, but since I got a double trailer, I think it's going to be just one of those where we just got to, like, pull straight in. So I'm going to try to swing it as wide as I can. But I mean, I got plenty of room to turn around in here if I can't square it up. Yep, I can see it over there. Looks like they're going to load the pet food right onto a cargo train. Alright. Pop it in neutral, we'll turn off the engine and decouple. Nothing too exciting here, right? Nope, not too much. Alright, we're just going to go to the map, and then I'm going to make sure I key where our garage is. I did not want to ping that, so can we just, like... Can we... Alright, that's what I want to do. Simple enough, just around the corner, but they are one-way streets here, and I didn't want to go down the wrong street and have like another 10-mile drive somewhere I didn't want to go. This is my way out, I think. Double barriers, gotta love that. My luck with at one of these times, the barrier will come down and crush my cab somehow. Thought I was in third, I was still in sixth. Alright, let's pull into our garage so we can get our trailer delivered to us. I don't really remember when a trailer gets hooked on. I got to make sure I give us room behind us, but what I'm going to do while we're here, because we're at our own large garage. I think this is the only large garage that we have. I'll also top off with some diesel fuel here. Now, I wonder what the realistic diesel price is if I get a deal at my own garage. I'm thinking we do, because that $4.54 sounds like a lowish kind of a price. All right, let's make sure. Now for a trailer, I'm going to make sure I like pull forward like this. That way we have room for our trailer behind us. All right, let's go into this menu here and purchase ourselves a trailer. Down here, a reefer trailer. We want to customize it. Not much customizing really. We're going to keep everything the same. Let's start right here. Yes, we got those lights there. I want to come on down. We'll get that. I'm not going to do anything with the wheels. Here, I do want a chrome back door. Mud flaps. This is for mud flaps. I don't care to get the specialized exclusive mud flaps. We don't need a... nope, sorry, I do want to change that though. And of course, this side here, we got to do the same as getting this curve here. And let's see, what does that bring us up to? 142. As for the cooler part of it, I mean, there's $6,000 difference between each one, and really the only difference is the looks of it. If I were to be driving this trailer quite a bit, I'd probably change it on up, but since we're only be driving it like 5 times, to save myself $6 grand, I'm just going to keep the standard. Well, there's a turbo cooler. I don't know if that changes what cargo you can take in it. I mean, a cooler's a cooler. We'll go with the Turbo King, just for the heck of it. It does look a little bit... I don't like that look too much. This one, I don't mind that much at all. But the one thing I do have for you guys here is when I come into the paint job. And we got ourselves a customized paint job here. But the only thing I got to do, though, is select the paint color scheme I want. Now, the only thing I can't see is the color of my truck to synchronize it. And that's going to be hard to do. Although we kind of got like a green truck, not that color green. It's kind of like that color green. But the problem is, that's way too much green. So what does the black look like? Black doesn't look too bad. Now, in case you forgot, what's this about? The name of our company is NUTS. So, National Union Truckers Service. That's all I could come up with, honestly. Sat there for about 5 minutes. I'm like, that sounds good enough. What NUTS stood for. But anyways, yep, we got some nuts on the side, of course. Some ice cubes, and of course we got the word ice here because it's a reefer trailer. So that brings us to 147,140 for a 53-foot reefer trailer with a third axle. And of course we got the specialized wings down here that, well, it's supposed to give us better fuel mileage, but I don't know if it actually does anything. So we got 158, 147. That should leave us 10 grand. Let's go ahead and hit confirm. And then purchase. And then of course we want to bring it to the Denver shop. And hit OK. Yes. Okay, and now let's see here. Let's see. How do I? Where's my trailer manager? Trailer manager button. Where's that one? Trailer manager. There we go. Reefer trailer, and I want to go ahead and assign that to me. I want to use it. Do you really want to take the reefer trailer? Yes. And that should be on our truck currently. All right, so before we go outside, we got to find ourselves a job now. And now it's going to be all stuff for reefer trailers only. It should be, right? So I got to go to cargo market. TV, so yeah, we can take, I know it's a reefer trailer, like, so that's why we can take TVs. This is kind of interesting. Nitrocellulose. Oh, I thought that was, I just looked quickly, I'm like, oh, that's LA. No, we don't want to go there. Washington, Oklahoma, steamboats. Hobbs, New Mexico. Let's see, what's today again? Today is Monday. And they're expecting it by the end of the day on Tuesday. So we should be able to do that. That should not be a problem whatsoever, right? So household appliances, not getting paid as much as some other jobs, but it's still $4.21 a mile. Yeah, I don't want to go to steamboat. And we don't want to go off the map per se. So let's go ahead and take household appliances from Costco to Walmart. So let's go ahead and set our GPS here. And our trailer is right behind this. Actually, it looks a lot better outside than it did inside. Oh, and they repositioned us as well. Okay, so before, I think they just added the trailer for wherever you were parked, and sometimes that caused problems. So, yeah, that looks all right. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull forward and kind of get myself in a little bit better position. I'm going to take a screenshot because, as you know me, I always forget to take a screenshot until after I'm done. But the good thing is at least I'll always have the trailer. But let me go ahead and take a screenshot in front of our only big garage here. And I'll see you in just a second. Alright, leaving our garage and getting right back into construction once again. So we got about 8 miles to go to get to our location before we can load on up. And I'll try to remember to keep track of how long it takes them to load it on up, so we can add to our driving time by the end of the day. So it does bring us down to 11,000, so that's not, we should be fine with that. Our payments are only $6,000 per day, but obviously our drivers will be bringing in some cash. But even with our deliveries there, we should be good for 2 days just by ourselves, and we'll see what our drivers start bringing in. But now we got to start saving up to about $250,000 to upgrade another garage, get ourselves a driver and a truck. As for what truck, who knows? All depends on where the garage is. We buy local. Am I turning? Where am I going here? UPS, maybe? Oh, Indicator's way up here. Okay. Alright, so we gotta remember, we gotta go to cargo market. And this is the one we're taking right here. I'll double check while we're here just to see what else is there, but... Oh, there's one to Cheyenne, but that's not paying much at all. Yep, we're gonna go with this one here. Alright, so let's just make sure expected, you know, Tuesday by 7. So I got a full day, and it's only 650 miles, 11 hours of drive time, so we should be able to do this. Okay, so we're straight ahead and to the right, looks like. Let's see, you want me to swing it around and pull up next to the reels. Gotcha. Hopefully there's no invisible walls back here anywhere. Am I there? There we go. Park and brake. Turn off engine. Okay, so it's 1:30. Well, it's 1:20. So there is 50 minutes. So we can drive till 10 of 6, basically. So that wasn't too bad. I wonder if it depends on what kind of load they're loading on up, if it takes different times. Or is it a set 50 minutes? I have no idea. So we're just going to say 6 o'clock is what we can drive to. Just to round off, just make it a little bit easier. I don't know who put these bushes out here, but that's not a good idea. So I would say we're probably going to take the I-25 southbound for a while. Seems like we've been on the I-25 quite a bit. And look at the traffic. That's a lot of traffic. Gonna have to be waiting for the stoplight to turn green before we can go anywhere. I did not check to see how heavy the load was. I may have, but I kind of forgot how heavy it was. We'll just say 26,000 pounds, so it's not heavy that much. I think if it's under 30,000 pounds, I consider that like a light load. 30 to 50, I would say, is kind of like a medium size, and once you get like, you know, your 50,000s and over, that's starting to get a little bit on the heavier side. Now I'm trying to think, after fueling up at our Denver garage, is that the first time I fueled up at one of our garages? I'm trying to remember if I bet, because the only one we can actually fuel up at is the Denver one. The Denver one is our only large garage. We got like 4 mediums, and of course our tiny garage in Salt Lake City. Would be kind of curious, but I'm not going to, if I stopped in Denver and fueled up, what the fuel price is at a Denver gas station compared to what our garage was. Because I don't know, because we are running the realistic fuel prices right now, so I don't know what the discount is at our garage, or is it just whatever the base game discount was. I'm going to say that is part of the mod, because even at 4, whatever it was, I think that's higher than the base game price. So for an hour to load, an hour to unload, that's not going to be too bad. It's not going to mess up too much of our scheduling. Because we usually take off 3 hours of our drive time for what the game allows us to drive. So if I got to take off 2 hours per day, that means if I load and deliver in the same day, that's an hour to load, hour to unload. That gives me that 1 hour of free time still, if you will. Oh, that's right, 55 through Denver. Am I getting off here? I think so. Yep, Colorado Springs. Okay, yep. The one thing about the GPS is when the off ramps are kind of like almost in parallel with the road that you're on, it's kind of hard to say, like, am I supposed to be getting off this exit or not? Most of the time I guess right, but there have been times, and a few times I think you guys have been with me when I guessed wrong. I think the first time I actually did it for the off-ramps when it was actually in Atlanta. Of course, I'm going way back when Coast to Coast Map first came out. And Atlanta was done over pretty darn well, and there was a lot of roads on a ramp. And I could not tell if I was getting off the interstate or staying on. Coors Field we're going by. I think that's Coors Field. I don't know if it's still named Coors Field or not, honestly. All the name changes on stadiums recently. Oops, I'm on the off-ramp lane. Don't want that. Once we get kind of out of the city a little bit, as we get near 4 o'clock, I'll have to check and see where we're going to be spending the night. What town are we going to? Hobbs, New Mexico, which is right on the border of Texas. And I think that's the first time I mentioned Texas this episode, so but I'm not going to get involved in that whole thing. Would be kind of nice if, after I get done with this delivery, it's like, there's Texas DLC. Perfect, we're right on the border. Alright, so while we're here, let's go ahead and get the map out. And let's see, we got about 2 more hours on our watch, so... and that's on... Can I get to here in 2 hours? 2 hours and 8 minutes. That sounds perfect to me. not going to bother changing our minimal visor to give me the checkpoint to that. Because, I mean, it's 2:08, and I got just about that much time, so that sounds good to us. That's where we're staying. And since it's mostly going to be interstate, I think we'll probably get there at the same time, unless we run into some detour or whatevers. And we'll set the cruise control here. So I think so far the only deliveries that were completed today were my own. I don't think I've seen any one of my drivers complete one, which means they're probably on some long hauls, so when they do complete them, we should be seeing like $3,000–$4,000 deliveries. Oh, speed limit's only 65 through here. But I'm thinking after we finish this delivery next episode, I'm thinking westbound, head towards California. Now, for a brief second, that GPS showed me 75 miles an hour was the speed limit, and it went right to 55. Now, with a reefer trailer, I'm going to have a funny feeling the green light's not going to be on, because I don't think this is something that needs to be refrigerated. No, it is not. No green light. Oh, I didn't realize I was getting ready to pass a cop car. Now the question is that a real cop car or just traffic cop car? So just have to keep in mind when we get close to about 5:30, which is in a little while, I have to really start keeping my eye out for our off-ramp to the rest area. So yeah, the reefer trailer with the paint scheme, the custom paint job, that's my first time doing a paint job for a trailer. Wasn't that difficult at all, really. It's just a matter of trying to come up with something. And that's what I ended up with. Probably spent like 20 minutes just throwing that together. Then I was trying to, maybe add a little bit more to it. I'm like, you know what? Sometimes less is more. The less you have, the more you gain. So I think kind of says it all. We kind of, I don't know if I want that leaf and those acorn nuts as our company logo. But it looked good enough to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of like the looks of that. Then of course it says, yeah, our company has been named Nuts forever, and it never really came up for what Nuts stood for. And you try to come up with something, and it seemed like the harder I was trying to think of something, it's like, yeah, just throw that together. Hey, speaking of a little while ago, some income. There's 4,200. Alright, so there is 5:30, so we're going to be coming up on our rest area sooner rather than later. So I want to get around this Tyson, I think it's a Tyson trailer, it is. Let's get around this Tyson trailer. I think I just saw a symbol that said rest area ahead. So let me guess, this off-ramp here, yep. And a little bit more money coming on in, 530 bucks. It's better than driving back with no cargo and having to pay for repair and fuel. Didn't know if there was another entryway to here or not. Yep, right on down there. Looks like that's where I should have come on in. All right, so I don't remember what we paid earlier. It was like $4.54 a gallon, $5.35 a gallon. Don't need that much. We'll just top it off. Now, it looks like there are plenty of places to park. No particular parking areas, but yeah, we're going to call that good right there. Parking brake, pop her in neutral there. Turn off the engine. And we'll just have a quick step outside here. Actually, the sun is beating brighter on this side, so it looks a little bit better. What other camera angles have we got here? That's not a bad one. That's not a bad one at all. Turn that off so we can see a little bit better. But there we have our reefer trailer. 3 axles, so we should be able to take a good amount of weight back there if need be. And, yeah. So, yeah, the green light I was talking about earlier, kind of hard to see here if I can zoom in. On the driver's side, halfway down on the corner there, you can see like there's a little box there. If the refrigerator part of it was on, we would see a green light. And that tells truckers that the cooling system is working perfectly. I've seen them green before, and I've seen them red before, and red's not a good thing. Green, now this is what I've been told. Obviously the green means it's on, it's running, the temperatures are fine. Red means the cooling system's on, but the temperature inside the trailer is not where you set it for. It's getting too warm or too cold. And of course, no light at all means kind of like what we're doing here. We're transporting something that does not need the cooling system be on, so it's shut off completely. So maybe next load, hopefully we'll find something that's refrigerated and we can see the green light come on. And yeah, we'll be good to go. But we're on our way to Cobb, is it? Is it Cobb? No, Hobbs. Hobbs, New Mexico, with household appliances is what we're taking. And yep, we're gonna get paid almost $3,000 for it. So that should be kind of nice. But it did drop our bank account down quite a bit. But our drivers are bringing some cash. We're back up to almost $19,000. So now it's the road to $250,000 to upgrade a garage, buy a truck, hire another driver, get another driver on the road, and we'll see how long that takes. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. But until then, have a good one.